Well, hello there, and they're back. Welcome to the Shifts and Pucks news pack. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks. You can subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. As we get ourselves back into this groove, working, for those who don't know, got a job working at News 1130 as a traffic anchor. So trying to get through the training of that and getting ourselves back onto somewhat of a different schedule here. So this is the schedule for now. We're back at the regular time at this point. As far as the actual podcast go, it is scheduled to go tomorrow. I will not be on it, but it should be Sean and Tyler, Chris, Devin, or some sort of combination that should be on. And then we will be figuring out the schedule going forward, probably looking at a weekend kind of thing at this point, but we'll keep you toasted. We'll have our news packs, we'll have our clips, we'll have all kinds of different things going on. So keep an eye out for us as we're getting ready for the regular season. And we'll start with the Calgary Flames. Both the Flames and the Canucks are playing preseason action tonight. The Flames host the Kraken. The Canucks are in Edmonton to take on the Oilers. But we'll start with the Flames because they made a claim on waiver. Radim Zahorna from the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's 6'6". He's 220 pounds, 26 years old. He was claimed off waivers. Left-hand shooting forward, and he's played 17 NHL games, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points for the Penguins. He played 8 games in 2020-21 with the Penguins, and the 2021-22 played 17 games. That's where he got 6 points there. And so Craig Conway was on the Eric Francis show, said that one of the scouts really liked him. They like his size. They like the way that he protects the puck, and he's a hardworking player, and he will fit somewhere. Probably likely. Just see. We'll have a look. See, they want to see if they can get him to Winnipeg to play the Jets later on in this week for preseason action. Obviously, will not play tonight, but that's kind of where we are at this particular point here. Um, Zahora has played most of his career in Europe here, and Czech-born, played for Borneo. He's played and also played, by the way, with Wilkes-Barre. He's had last year 21 points in 39 games with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins as well. So there we go. That is a new Calgary Flame here. Wondered about it a little bit. Think some have felt Sonny Milano hasn't stood out as much as a lot would like. Here, they're going to try. Daryl Sutter said yesterday that Dylan Dubé will be getting an opportunity with Kadri Mangiapane. That will happen tonight. We'll get to the lines in a second, but all of the players, including Matthew Phillips, Oscar Dance, uh, and others cleared waivers yesterday, will be sent down to the Calgary Wranglers as the Flames dropped a few people down to Calgary this week. So there yesterday, including Matthew Phillips, which is a guy that a lot of people in Calgary are cheering for. He's a local kid, but at this point has not made the team. Looking at the lines for the Flames tonight as they play the Seattle Kraken at home, looking no Huberdeau tonight, no Lindholm looks tonight. So we're going to get some other lines, a little bit of a look here as we just pull that up here, getting ourselves ready. As looking at this, here are the lines. Well, here it is. Sorry about It's Kadri, Mangiapane, Dubé, Backlund, Rooney, Coleman. That's a line that they're trying. Eakin, Lucic, and Lewis, Ruzicka, Milano, and Ritchie. Chris Tanev. So Mangiapane will make his preseason debut. So will Chris Tanev. He'll be with Noah Hanifin, Uyghur with Zadorov, Stone, and Mackey. Markstrom and Vladar will 10 goal. Martin Jones expected to start for the Seattle Kraken. As for the Canucks tonight, they are playing the Oilers. They've got Dries, Podkolzin, Garland, Amon, Nielsen, Hoglander, Dickinson, Lazar, Klomovich, Stevens, Decepci, Lockwood, Burroughs, and Wolanin, Jolson, DeKaiser, Keepo, Brisebois, Delia, and Seelovs will, and as they play the Oilers tonight. And so that game is going on there. I think a lot of people are looking for a bit of a better effort from the Canucks from what they saw from Seattle. So we'll see what happens there. This is that lineup. It looks like expected Jake Virtanen to, unfortunately, for those who are, we'll leave that. But the Canucks play at Edmonton tonight. They will play in Abbotsford. So the Oilers should be going with their regular group tonight as well. So as we're now in the second half of camp, we're going to get a lot more of these regular lineups. We're going to get closer to the regular season, and teams will be going here. And looks like tonight the lines for the Oilers are McDavid, Kane, Mamoto, Draisaitl, Holloway, Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, McLeod and Fogle, Devin Shore, Tyler Benson, Jake Virtanen, Nurse CC, Kulak, Bouchard, Samarankoff, and Barry Campbell and Skinner in goal. So that is what is going on with the Oilers, as that we get that. Sean Monahan will be making his debut with the Montreal Canadiens preseason debut tonight with the Montreal Canadiens. Of course, he was traded to the of course he was traded in the Canadiens in the off season. Part of getting the Flames having to switch some roster moves around here to or make some space for Nazem Kadri. They had to trade Sean Monahan there, and so Monahan should play tonight. According to Eric Ingles, the lines for the Canadiens tonight look like this here. Sorry, there we go. It looks like it's he's going to play on the second power play with Barron, Druin, Josh Anderson, Yuri Slafkovsky, Monahan. First power play, Matheson, Doc, Gallagher, Hoffman, and Christian Dvorak. The lines tonight look like Dvorak, Dadonov, Gallagher, Monahan, Druin, Josh Anderson, Doc, Hoffman, Slafkovsky, Gignac, Simino, Belial, and then defensively Matheson, Leskison, Barron and Zigak, Schoonman and Bowie, Allen and Poulin get the goals here to get the other end of that for the Canadiens. So Monahan making his debut, as I said, getting into that second half of the pre-season, seeing more regulars, getting everybody ready. The Ottawa Senators made a claim as well, and which was somewhat surprising, I think. They claimed a goaltender off waivers today, as they claimed Magnus Hellberg off waivers, and so Hellberg was with the Kraken. And that is because the Senators have announced that an upper body injury will keep Cam Talbot out 5 to 7 weeks. Darren Dreger's reported not quite as long, as believed to be 3 to 4 weeks. But the Senators will still be going with Forsberg for now to pretty much start the season, and Hellberg will be behind him. Hellberg played in the KHL. He signed a 1-year deal at the very end of last season with the Detroit Red Wings, and he was picked up by the Kraken on a $750 contract. He's a 6'6" goaltender. It's interesting because when Talbot comes back, they're going to have to waive Hellberg. So that will be interesting to see what happens on that. Right? That's been one of the issues with the Ottawa Senators is claiming goaltenders off waivers and this and that. So um, I think they're going to need Cam Talbot to be as healthy as possible this year for them to get anywhere. But we'll have to see about that as we go forward. And then the other story today is around Hockey Canada, and um, this is a write up in the Globe and Mail. It's Grant Robinson and Colin Fraser wrote it. They've built a second fund, according to this report, for player fees, and uh, of course, that first fund, known as the National Equity Fund, this was, according to the report, called the Participants Legacy Trust Fund, and the reserve was created by the organization's members with more than $7.1 million from the National Equity Fund. The money was earmarked for matters not included, quote, for matters included but not limited to sexual abuse, according to Hockey Canada documents obtained by the Globe and Mail. And goes on to say that the trust with its vaguely worded name is another example of a large financial reserve created by Hockey Canada and its members and branches to cover sexual assault claims, among other things, with funds gathered from hockey registration fees, without fully disclosing to parents and players how their money was being ultimately used. Again, the calls have been called out again by the same people about the changes that need to be made in Hockey Canada. They are actually scheduled to meet tomorrow at Parliament, so that those hearings will continue. And of course, Sport Minister Pascal St. Onge is calling for more change. She told reporters this afternoon that shows a low total lack of transparency. And the other thing that shows is that sexual assault has been treated as an insurance problem at Hockey Canada instead of a systemic problem that needs to be addressed at the root of the problem. Of course, back in July, it was revealed Hockey Canada paid out $7.6 million in 9 settlements related to sexual assault and sexual abuse claims since 1989. So lots of work. So that will be another story to keep an eye on this week on Hockey Canada, and we'll do that. So keep an eye out. Still working to schedule the podcast for this week, but you can follow us all individually on Twitter. Sean Beardy Canucks 03, Tyler TNOBLE. Oh, before I say goodbye, I've got one other thing here, and it's Jaromir Jagr, who is looking at a possibility, is contemplating retiring from hockey. He's played hockey since 1989. He is has asked about a comeback. He said it's hard to explain at my age. Playing at any level is challenging. Prepare, motivate, not to mention the need for rest. He's played the last 5 seasons in Clydno, the team he owns. He's an owner and a player. He's made it clear he's intended to play it until 50 and then retire, but he still has not made a decision yet. We're second all time in history, 1,921 points behind Gretzky. And of course, his final season in the NHL was with the Flames in 2017-18. So another thing to watch out for that. But again, forgot that story. Wanted to add that in there. But again, we'll leave it there at this point. Follow Sean Beardy Canucks 03, Tyler TNOBLE, Devin Gordhow 09, Christian Schneids SCHNEIDZ. I am KVOLE. Shifts and Pucks, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. We thank you for watching and listening, and we will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.